Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavati, 13, text 4. Swadharma Shile Purushe Bhagavan Yajna Purushaha Ijyamano Bhaktimata Naraden Nerithakkila. Translation purport by Prabhupada ki Jai. While all the prachetas were executing religious rituals and sacrificial ceremonies, and thus worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead for his satisfaction, the great sage Narada described the transcendental qualities of Dhruva Maharaj. Narada Muni is always glorifying the pastimes of the Lord. In this verse we see that not only does he glorify the Lord, but he also likes to glorify the devotees of the Lord. The great sage Narada's mission is to broadcast the devotional service of the Lord. For this purpose he has compiled in Narada Pancharatric a directory of devotional service, so that devotees can always take information about how to execute devotional service, and thus engage 24 hours a day in performing sacrifices for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has created 4 orders of social life, namely Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. In the Narada Pancharatric, it is clearly described how each of the social orders can see the Supreme Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Sve sve karmani abhirataha samsiddhim lebate naraha. By executing one's prescribed duties, one can please the Supreme Lord. The Srimad Bhagavatam also it is stated, Sanustitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Perfection of duty is to see that by discharging one's specific duties, one satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the prachetas were performing sacrifices according to this direction, Narada Muni was satisfied to see these activities, and he also wanted to glorify Dhruva Maharaj in that sacrificial arena. Thus ends the purport. So the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya is continuing. And it is said there in this verse that along with executing various religious rituals and sacrificial ceremonies that were meant to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, Sage Narada, in the same venue, he described the transcendental qualities of Dhruva Maharaj. And the key point Prabhupada is starting the purport with is Narada Muni is always glorifying the pastimes of the Lord. In this verse we see not only he is glorifying the pastimes of the Lord, but also he is glorifying the devotees of the Lord. And this is the mission of Narada Rishi, is to spread the glories of the Lord and his devotees. And how to go about this glorification of the Lord and his devotees. Prabhupada says that Narada Rishi has created a directory of devotional services called Narada Pancharatric. These were codes of or directions, Narada Pancharatra, are various prescriptions given by the Supreme Lord Narayana himself as to how each Varnashrama, members of the society, can please Lord Hari in the course of their existential duties. The existential duties is also prescribed for the human beings. And according to Chaturvarne Maya Shishtam, the Lord has established a system of taking care of our existence, material existence. At the same time, how to transcend material existence within the lifetime, utilizing the lifetime as a human being. So somebody who is very obedient to the directions of Narada Pancharatra, he can get liberated from this material world in spite of pursuing bona fide, sanctioned artha and kama as per the dharma, which is mentioned as the fourth purushartha, which is moksha. So we should understand that a human society cannot run whichever way it wants. This idea that everybody should be following the prescriptions of devotional service in the course of their existential duties is not at all known to anybody in this material world in this modern age. We see the outside world, they are all very much aware. There is no concept of Varna and Ashram. The Ugra Karma civilization, that means we have introduced so many activities that is unnecessary for human being to exist in a peaceful and a comfortable way and achieve liberation from material birth, death, old age and disease. Humans are there. So see the amount of ignorance. Just like if you take the normal, the outside, in this world, material world, people are all aware, all adults are aware that I cannot break the laws of the government, whether it may be traffic or whether it may be paying taxes or whether it is being sanctioned for so many things. All the adults are aware, I am part of let's say I'm an Indian citizen, I'm part of India, then I'm part of Karnataka. I can only do things within my limitations. I cannot drive my car whichever way I want. If there's a traffic signal, I have to stop. If there is a speed limit, I have to follow. Always there is a bigger agency above everybody. Just like if you see in the temple, even in the ashram. Each of us have our spiritual needs, material needs. And there is an arrangement, higher arrangement, which is beyond you, which is meant for everybody. What you can do in ashram, what you cannot do in ashram. So everyone, the society cannot even exist. Just like if everybody breaks the traffic rules, then nobody can move around. That we have realization, so we follow. To those who don't follow, there is an agency, police department. They'll cancel your license to drive on the road. How is it that the modern society is so foolish? Not to understand that just like the government is above the people, governing the people towards a harmonious existence, so that everybody gets their power to live, their security, etc. Just like that, how they can ignore the fact, common logic, you extend it, that there are no higher laws which govern. Birth, death, individual sukha and dukkha, subtle laws of karma, and higher arrangement of devatas, demigods. You take for granted rain comes, take for granted sun rises every day. Is it not all arrangement for the existence to go on? In the same way, Chaturvarnema Shishtam, when Krishna says, I have created, it is a social system of organization. Not by birth, by guna and karma, a social system. And because it is devised by the Supreme Lord for human beings, how to exist in a society, executing your duties as per your Varna and Ashrama. That is pleasing to the Lord Hari. Normally we say, we who are practicing direct devotion service, we say that if you do your duty as a husband, as a wife, this as per Varnashrama. It is all entanglement, say. But we have to understand the Lord has given stepping stone for everybody, even for demigod worshippers. That is why he said, don't disturb them. We may be exclusive worshippers of Krishna, We may be trying to be Vaishnavas. We may want absolute truth and nothing else. We may want Krishna and no one else. That does not mean that very same absolute truth, very same Krishna has created various layers of existence. He has created this Chaturunaya Maya system for one layer of human consciousness. Lower than that, there is no Varnashrama at all. Of course, in Kali Yuga, that's why it is described that Kalau Shudra Sambhav. Everybody is born as a Shudra. This is a proof that nobody knows even what is Varnashrama. Social scientists don't talk about it. Political leaders don't talk about it. Some old self-created caste systems is running this country. And those caste systems are even today surviving and kept alive by politicians for votes. Otherwise that also would have disappeared. So modern society is, if God has created this world, could I also created common sense that how this world should run? So they have created so many occupations today. It is called Ugra Karma civilization. Ugra Karma, unwanted karmas. Unwanted factories and this and software and this all centered around sense gratification, controlling, few controlling the masses. So this is not normal world. The present society is not a normal world. That is why what is possible for anyone to please Hari is by Hari Kirtana. We have to please Hari is no doubt. Why? Because I am Hari's Amsha. In a way I am Hari. In a way everything is Hari. Purna Hari and there is Amsha Hari. The living entity cannot be separated from God. Is eternally connected, intimately connected. His real identity is intimately connected. Not the present false identity or false ego. Krishna is not attracted by that. Krishna is waiting for our real identity to manifest as his eternal servant. Even in the forgetful state that we are his eternal servant, the Lord is seated in our heart and permitting us to be in this material world. And if somebody in a normal society follows the Varnashrama system, then that is also Swanustitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Haritoshanam is a goal of existence. Today it is not possible, Haritoshanam is not possible by following our so-called material duties because they are all concocted duties. Concocted duties create more reactions, more lives. Ugra karma. Karma means there is a reaction, ugra karma. To the society there is a reaction, to the individual there is reaction. It will be seen with the matter of time. Chaos and confusion and suffering of this world, for people in this world. Varnashrama has a place. In Varnashrama there is a place for cows. Very as good as Brahmanas, there is an importance of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Society cannot run without the real economics according to Varnashrama system was based on farming. Cow and bull were most important component. Now cows and bulls are reared artificially in huge farms just for meat. And what work they are supposed to do, bulls are supposed to do, tractors are doing. So, who has to do what in the society is all topsy. Supreme Lord has given this Varnashrama. He is so intelligent, he is so unlimitedly intelligent. There cannot be a greater social scientist, social organizer than the Supreme Intelligence himself. So just you have to compare, you have to see that what is the normal human society. We should not get brainwashed by what we see now. From the Shastric point of view, how a human society should be. At every step, every possible step, the society is designed so that by the act of every member, Hari is pleased. Obedience to Hari means pleasing. Because He is the Supreme Lord. Just like if you have a managing director of a company, people are working in different departments. If they do what they are supposed to do, it pleases the managing director. He may not see immediately what I do, how it will please. No, I have been given my duty, I should do, I am a supervisor. I should do my job. And he does it and then he contributes to the system set up by the managing director. Similarly, the all-pervading Lord, the Supreme Lord, Shirodakshaya Vishnu, is the Supreme Ishvara. Ishvaranam Paramam Maheshwaram. The Supreme Ishvara is all-pervading and seated in our heart. Entire existence is, you cannot escape Krishna anywhere, in any space, any time, in any heart. Because this existence is meant for Him. Similarly, I am meant for Him. That should be understanding in the devotee. I am meant for Him. Any existence in forgetfulness of Krishna is not meant for Krishna and Krishna's purposes. That is Maya. So simply executing the devotional service of the Lord, this Pancharatric system is prescriptions of how to execute Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Archanam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Atmanivedanam. The 9 kinds of devotional service. How you should perform so that Hari is pleased. This is not what Narada says. Pancharatric means, Narada Pancharatric means what Lord Narayana instructed Narada. How the living entities can please me in this material world. So we are so blessed that in this parampara, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, parampara, through the various acharyas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed the 6 Goswamis who are direct disciples of Lord Chaitanya. Prabhupada says that. And they have compiled the directories for our Sampradaya. The Hari Bhakti Vilas is all matters that we as Gaudiya Vaishnava have to know with respect to the Pancharatrika system. Various samskaras, everything is there. So we can implement that because we are chanting Hare Krishna. We get purified. So unless some basic purification is not there, one cannot even follow the Narada Pancha directions. Cannot follow. Nobody in Kali Yuga can even do it, but for Harinama. Therefore, first Harinama Diksha is given. Take the holy name of the Lord. Come to one level of purification of your heart. Not complete purification, one level of purification. Then you execute the acharas, vicharas that are there as per the Pancharatrika. Continue your worship of the holy name, which is the main thing. Just because first initiation is given, first Harinam is given first, and then after a certain level of purification of your mind-body system, you are receiving the Gayatri Mantra. It does not mean, you should not understand that Nama is less than Gayatri. No, Nama is more merciful, therefore even in an offensive state, you start with Nama. Nama is supreme for a beginner and for Krishna Prema. You should understand the position of the chanting of the holy names and chanting of the Gayatri. How this has been introduced. So Gayatri is more of a development of samskaras, which are favorable for bhakti. And these are gradually from the 6 Goswamis through our acharyas, the current practices has come down. Prabhupada's called this first initiation and second initiation. In terms of initiation, there was only one initiation before Bhakti Siddhanta, before Srila Prabhupada. Second initiation. It was not called second initiation. That was called the first initiation was there, but not called initiation. It was called Nama. Nama. Nama Bhiksha. Huh? No, Diksha word was not used. It was not called Diksha. Prabhupada used it. First initiation. Namadhana. So only after somebody chanted for some time, only then he was given the Diksha. which is in the normal sense. Generally, Pancharatrika is associated with the word diksha. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also Prabhupada explains that nama, receiving nama, one does not need to have diksha. The nama is effective even without diksha. So very transcendentally directed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, our current link is Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Prabhupada. So he has given a system, first initiation, second. The most important thing is nama, it continues. And when you do all the Brahminical practices, then nama becomes very effective. You accelerate the effect of nama. You accelerate the effect of nama. From nama bhas, from nama aparada to nama bhasa to then Shuddha nama. Three times chanting Gayatri, these are all regulative principles. Sadhana bhakti, raganuga bhakti. When one is able to chant purely Namabhasa at a higher level and then at Shuddha level, then he has no regulations. He is in the spontaneous platform. Principle we should know. Not that we can imitate that. But the principle that Nama is supreme because he is Krishna himself. Nama Upasana, worship of the holy name of he is the supreme. Hare Nama eva keva. Alo nasti. So very beautifully, with transcendental design, Srila Prabhupada has given us a beautiful system of both Pancharatrika Vidhi and Bhagavata Vidhi. Nama worship is Bhagavata Vidhi. But at the same time, you see in Bhagavata Vidhi, hearing in a regulated way, chanting 16 rounds minimum. So Pancharatrika has come there also. Pure devotees, why 16 rounds? Kirtaniya Sadahari. He is awakened as Krishna consciousness, is continuously engaged in chanting Hare Krishna. Everything is chanting for. Any questions? So it is not that only for us, those who are interested in real bhakti, they should please Hari always. This principle of Haritoshanam is there at all levels. At the Varna, that's why it's called Daivi Varnashrama system. Hari is in the center. Pleasure of Hari is in the center. Hari-less Varnashrama system, social system, is not Daiva Varnashrama. Divine Varnashrama. There are so many other views and interpretations of the Vedas. You take Varnashrama, there is no Hari, there is no Vishnu. It's a good social system. Prabhupada wanted Daivi Varnashrama. Varnashrama, which means that everyone according to his ability should serve the Lord. And the modern version of that Devi Varnashrama. Is also Prabhupada. Forget about all this. Whatever you are, wherever you are, chant Hare Krishna and offer everything that you are doing to the Supreme Lord. Work for the Supreme Lord. Live in Krishna consciousness. It's not matter in what situation, materially. You may be a software engineer. Chant Hare Krishna. Minimum this minute. Harinam is all powerful. And then read Bhagavad Gita. Practice Bhagavad Gita. In your profession, in your everywhere. Offer the results to the Supreme Lord for Prabhupada's mission. First make yourself Krishna conscious, self-sufficient. If you have extra money, you spend that for distributing prasadam. So many things can be done with money which can be directly pleasing to the Supreme Lord. Support the Sankirtana movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, even though we are in the midst of Ugra Karma, we have to make best out of the bad bargain by seeing everything's connection to Hari. Hari Sambandha Vastuna. Seeing connection of everything, how Hari can be pleased. Means in this way, how Hari can be pleased? Hari can be pleased by somehow linking up with its contribution to Sankirtana movement. By itself, these Ugra karmas are not directly pleasing. Whereas a Vaishya, if he had done his normal work as contribute to the society, farming, and then that act itself is directly pleasing to the Supreme. Whereas now you are developing software, that software business, that software activity itself may not be pleasing to you. But if you are engaged in those things just to keep your existence together so that you can practice Krishna consciousness, that is connected, the Hari Sambandha Vastu. You should see, yes, my software work is also connected to Hari Sambandha. Hari. So in this way, it is possible, even in this crazy Ugra Karma civilization, to become Krishna conscious by surrendering to the instructions of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada and executing Nama worship as Srila Prabhupada has given us. And materially and spiritually, our life will change. Materially, why it will change? Because these are the highest punya activity, automatically. Hearing Bhagavatam, very high punya activity. Chanting Hare Krishna, material punya itself is very high value. We don't do that for that purpose. We do it for getting eternal benefit, not temporary punya. But one should know that once one surrenders to Krishna, he will also become materially peaceful. Materially, also Krishna provides, protects the devotee, and then utilize this human form of life to jump out of this cycle of birth and death, go back to the Supreme.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, we in temple worship the deities as Lakshmi Narayana form. So, is it there that we will, if someone is attached to the deities, they are worshipping the deities?
Somebody is attached to the deities?
Attached to the deities as Radha Krishna. But is it there that they will end up in ultimately in the Vaikuntha planets? But if someone is attached to the holy name of the Lord, then he will go to Vaikuntha, because ultimately the holy name of the Lord takes us to the Krishna directly. So how can we understand this?
No, see, these things you have to understand properly, not misunderstand. We are worshipping Radha and Krishna in the mood of Lakshmi. Worshipping Radha and Krishna are in another mood, the Golok. But our goal is Radha and Radharani is Lakshmi. Krishna is not. So Radharani of Goloka accepts your worship as Lakshmi, in Lakshmi mood. And Krishna as Narayana. Moment you have got awe and reverence, then he is God. So you are worshipping Radha and Krishna as a supreme God, supreme goddess. Correct? But in Vrindavan, nobody knows they are supreme God and goddess. One coward boy and a village girl. High rasa that is. Now we are aspiring to go there, but we have to understand that even the gopis also, who is God for gopis? No, Krishna is not God for gopis. No. Narayana. When Krishna left the arena of rasa dance, and he was hiding. Gopis went on searching. Then Krishna suddenly, here we found Krishna, he was hiding behind him. Suddenly Krishna changed his form to Narayana. Immediately they paid their obeisance. Oh God. They continued to search for Krishna. The mood, the rasa. Tattva is same, he is Krishna only. So in this material world, when we discuss tattva, at that time we say that we are worshipping Radha and Krishna in the mood of love. Because they are everything. They are Lakshmi Narayana, they are Sita Rama. The only difference is, Prabhupada always gave this example for us to understand at our level. Just like Prime Minister at home, Prime Minister at office, Prime Minister at some function, different rasas the Lord managed. You cannot conceive what is Krishna. Krishna is not just Goloka Krishna. Like when Krishna, though Goloka Krishna was a small boy, he was killing demons. How he was killing demons? Because he is also Narayana, that Narayana were killing the demons. He was not getting disturbed from his perfect rasa as a child, as a baby. He was maintaining it. He is maintaining means that is a work of the internal energy of the Lord. Krishna himself does not want to get disturbed as a Supreme Lord. As soon as the demons are killed and Yashoda, Nanda, they are not at all, they were shocked. My God, what this child has done? Oh, my Lord, you have saved him. Separately they are praying to the Lord. You have saved him. And she does all this drishti and everything removed from Krishna so that he does not get any more attacks. Tattva is different. Truth, absolute truth. Substance is different. Rasa is role play. Ishvaraha Paramakrishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarna Karanam. This is a statement of Tattva. What is Krishna? Because who is saying this? Brahma. Gopis won't say Ishvara Paramakrishna Anadiradir. Then their rasa is finished.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, in Varnashrama Dharma, every person has his own...
Let me finish this. So, therefore, when you are standing before the altar, when you say they are receiving you should be attached to the Radha Krishna form. Not that you imagine Lakshmi standing there and Narayana standing. Our Radha and Krishna is receiving this worship in the mood of Lakshmi. Therefore, you follow all this. You don't have that Raganuga Bhakti. So that I reciprocate with you as I am in Goloka Vrindavana. But you want to come to me to Goloka Vrindavana. So now I will receive the worship in the way in which I receive worship in Vaikuntha. Who is receiving? Radha and Krishna only are receiving. In the mood of. So we get attached to the deities of Radha and Krishna. Is it not? Everywhere, most of the purports you will see Supreme Personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality of God. But that is not the Vrindavan, in Vrindavan. So we are moving up, but that Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. He is Narayana, from him Narayana, from him Chaturvyuga, Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, secondary expansion, further Mahavishnu, all the details are given in Chaitanya Charitamrita. How up to Hirodakshaya Vishnu in our heart, every atom. The Lord is there in one mood, Lord is here as a super soul. Everywhere there is. And everything is related to the Lord. So when you talk of Tattva, we talk as Krishna. Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is in my heart. We don't specify Krishna in four-handed form is in my heart. Don't. For us, Tattva. Now we are talking about Krishna Tattva. Narayana is also Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. In Vedic culture, somewhere Prabhupada mentions like Kshatriyas are allowed to eat meat and they are participating in gambling because so just in today's scenario we see like these four regulatory principles like society in today's modern civilization, meat eating, intoxication, like everybody is most of the population are many people are doing business of it. They say that is their occupational duty to run the means bar shop and this cafes providing meats and all. So because today's modern civilization, this duties they all are concocted. So somebody can say like I just want to know my understanding to be more clear. Like it was like in the Varnashrama culture, was it like that only Kshatriyas were allowed for these four things or?
Everywhere, everybody had license. The material world means all these things are always there. When it is licensed or when it is done as per the license, there is no sin. When it's not the activity itself. Like Prabhupada says, we are vegetarians not because we are non-violent. Vegetarians because Krishna accepts vegetarian. Even plants have life. So it's not about, so the activity itself is not sin. Krishna says, lust I am, according to the principles. So lust has a place. It is all designed within the creation for procreation. That emotion, that lust, that attraction, that this thing, everything, chemicals going into the brain, all these things. It is designed for a purpose. Very limited purpose. But the world makes it. Whole life is that. So concoction. Adharma. There is no guidance. So it should be sanctioned by the Lord. So in the modern days, how will get sanctioned? I personally know one gentleman. in Hyderabad. He was in liquor business. He was a government contractor. He met Prabhupada, what can I do? So said, chant Hare Krishna. 16 rounds. That is your profession. Chant and follow everything and give the result to the temple. At least in the I met him, it was 90s. He was chanting 16 rounds. He was also doing his thing. So there he got Prabhupada's sanction for his existence. So similarly, it all depends. It's a very exceptional situation. So, as you said, everybody is breaking all the principles. You don't personally drink. You don't personally eat meat. Then there is no compromise. Occupational duty is something else. And try to change that also Prabhupada told. You go on trying to change your occupational duty. Don't overnight change. You work hard to change, Krishna will help you to change your occupation. So this also, our guidance also should be this. Should tell people, try to change your occupation. But you chant Hare Krishna in the meantime. You beg the Lord, unfortunately due to my past life, I am put in such sinful situations. Harinam is very merciful. It goes to everybody. Pure devotees go to everyone. Sinful people, non-sinful people.
Hare Krishna. As Prabhu mentioned that it's from the Krishna book that Kshatriyas are allowed to eat meat. But I'm unable to exactly repeat, but it is said that Kshatriyas are allowed to eat meat, they will not be incurred sin, provided if they take sannyas later. If they don't take sannyas later, they will incur the sin.
If they don't?
If they don't take sannyas, renounced order of life, as the part of Varnashrama dharma. So they
eventually after Kshatriya, you have to move forward.
Move forward to sannyas. As a
then you will get all the...
Yeah, Kshatriya grahastha ashram to Kshatriya sannyas ashram.
So there are a lot of rules and regulations in the Varnashrama. The complicated system. They are allowed means you cannot take in isolation. As I said, license is there in which conditions you can do, how you can do, where you can do. There is also, Shastra talks about apad dharma. In an emergency, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. You are a devotee. You don't have anything. You are thrown in the forest. Or thrown in the desert. You may find some animal. What is absolute? Surrender to Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. Love Krishna. That is so powerful that will kill all sins. Will wipe out all sins. These are all bodily dharmas. Sin is for the body. The reaction comes to the body, not to the soul. Soul experiences. If the soul is highly charged in Krishna consciousness, body this way, that way, doesn't make difference. What you eat also will become prasad. That is the power of soul's Krishna consciousness. Huh? Ah.
And he gave people give the counter argument of that Jesus he ate fish sometime. Fish.
Who ate fish?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ ate fish.
So Prabhupada give the counter argument that he can eat but you cannot. He makes understand with the analogy of sun.
Right.
Like.
Sundarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.